Amateur career. Just like her older brother, Aline started her journey in combat sports through amateur boxing, a sport that isn't particularly common for women in her region. And you don't need commentary to tell which fighter she is in her early footage. Devastating left hook. If they didn't step in, she would close the distance herself with hooks and overhands. Everything she threw looked uncannily similar to her brother's style. But her inexperience also showed. After attacking, she sometimes froze in place, allowing her opponent to clinch. On the break, she'd occasionally eat a few rabbit punches. Those were the only moments her opponent found any success. In terms of clean, damaging shots, Aline clearly won the fight, but amateur boxing judges favor volume over impact, and her opponent, despite landing mostly ineffective punches, took the decision. Aline didn't let this setback bother her. Taking a page from Alex's career, she switched to kickboxing, where damage matters far more than meaningless punch counts. Unfortunately, footage of her amateur kickboxing run is no longer available, but her record speaks for itself. 21 wins, most by knockout, 3 losses. With that, it was time to turn professional. Her pro debut came in 2017, the same year Aline Pereira knocked out Israel Adesanya for the second time and signed with WGP Kickboxing. Aline joined the same promotion, though she ended up debuting even earlier than her brother. Kickboxing career, all fights. Aline Pereira made her professional debut at WGP 39 against Ryan Vieira, and immediately you could see the difference between her amateur boxing style and her new kickboxing approach. She attacked dynamically, mixing punches and kicks, targeting both the head and body. And this time, after throwing combinations, she no longer stood still. She'd strike, angle out, and reset safely. A stiff jab nearly sent her opponent's head flying into the crowd, an early reminder that Aline carries real knockout power. Her left hook, identical to Alex's, remained her most dangerous weapon, but now she mixed it with knees, body shots, and fluid combinations. Her defense had also grown. She rolled with punches, countered instantly, and showed far better footwork. A funny moment came when both fighters mistakenly walked to their corners mid-round, even though the bell hadn't rung. But as soon as the fight resumed, Aline went right back to overwhelming Vieira. Near the end of the round, she landed a hard front kick followed by combinations. At the start of round 2, the crowd got exactly what they wanted, a perfectly timed left hook that almost sent Vieira out of the ring. To her credit, Vieira got up and kept fighting, but the momentum had shifted completely. In the first round, Vieira tried fighting back. In the second, she was simply surviving. Aline even used the same combination Aline Pereira used to knock out Sean Strickland, straight to the body, hook to the head, but added her own knee to shut down any counterattack. She dominated the rest of the fight, winning every round and securing her first professional kickboxing victory.
WPG 44, dominance over Maysa Bors. Aline returned at WPG 44 against Maysa Bors. Unlike her debut, she started patiently picking her shots from long range. But the moment Bors stepped in, Aline lit her up with combinations and angled out safely. When her opponent froze in place, Aline closed the distance and ripped her with heavy shots. Bors attempted a series of kicks, low, body, and high, but Aline blocked all of them and answered with powerful head-body combinations. By the end of the round, Aline had completely figured out her opponent's timing, countering low kicks with left hooks and unloading to send a message to the judges. The second round began with body shots intended to open the head. Despite keeping a high guard, Bors was clearly breaking down mentally under the pressure. She tried to earn Aline's respect, but instead ran directly into punch-kick combinations. Every attack she launched was predictable, and Aline blocked everything. In the final round, Pereira pushed the pace, trapping her opponent in the corner and letting her hands go. She rocked Bors with a straight punch, and despite absorbing brutal shots, Bors somehow survived. By the end of the fight, Aline had completely dominated, securing another clear victory. WPG 45, Grand Prix semifinal versus Elaine Lopez. Next, Aline entered the Grand Prix semifinal at WPG 45 against Elaine Lopez, another opponent with a stocky, low-centered build. From the start, Lopez pressured forward, spamming low kicks, but Aline countered with combinations up top. Lopes refused to back down and repeatedly clinched to escape the pressure. Aline answered with jabs, combinations, and distance-controlling kicks. The first round ended in a chaotic exchange with both fighters landing clean head and body shots. The second round started instantly wild, both fighters throwing video game-style combinations. Aline used her jab to keep Lopez at distance, but Lopez continued charging forward. Aline stopped her with a powerful combination and began using more kicks to prevent constant pressure. The exchanges became more intense. Low kicks from Lopez, head and body shots from Pereira. Despite hitting clean punches, Lopez stayed standing, showing incredible toughness. Round 3 saw Aline finally take full control. She hurt Lopez, who responded by literally throwing Aline to the ground out of frustration. But as soon as Aline stood up, she blasted her with a combination so strong it spun Lopez around. Aline stayed one step ahead, attacking first, backing Lopez up and mixing punches with kicks and knees. The fight ended with Pereira chasing her opponent across the ring. Everyone expected Aline to win. She may have lost the first round, but she dominated the second and third. But the judges shocked everyone, awarding the victory to Lopez. Apparently, throwing endless low kicks while eating punches to the face was enough in their eyes. Aline suffered the first loss of her professional career.
Chamani Soor Tehiran versus Aline Pereira, Glory 75. At Glory 75, Aline faced the experienced Chamani Soor Tehiran in a strategic technical battle. Chamani tried using evasive footwork and counterpunching, but Aline relentlessly cut off the ring and pressured forward. The first round was close with little action, but Aline's aggression began dictating the pace. She consistently landed clean shots to the head and body, forcing Chamani into a defensive shell. In round 2, Aline delivered a perfectly timed spinning back kick that brought the crowd to life and visibly staggered her opponent. From that moment on, Aline dominated the exchanges and went on to win by unanimous decision. Glory debut, November 16, 2019, Glory 71. Aline's professional Glory kickboxing debut came at Glory 71 against Crystal Lawson. From the opening bell, she displayed crisp striking, sharp footwork, and complete pace control. Her straight right hand and 1-2 combinations repeatedly found their target, dropping Lawson early. Aline used jabs, leg kicks, and angles to shut down Lawson's pressure. Crystal tried to push forward, but Aline's head movement and defensive awareness made clean counters impossible. Eventually, Aline trapped Lawson and landed a knee that forced the referee to stop the fight, a TKO just 59 seconds into the first round. Aline Pereira versus Tiffany Van Soest. Aline's most challenging test came against veteran champion Tiffany Van Soest. Aline entered as a dangerous contender, but Tiffany's elite footwork and evasive style caused problems immediately. Aline still landed heavy hooks and kicks, but Van Soest's experience allowed her to get ahead on the scorecards. In the final round, Aline connected with a powerful left hook that visibly rocked Tiffany, but it wasn't enough to turn the fight around. Aline ultimately lost by unanimous decision, gaining valuable high-level experience in the process.